Yo, 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 good morning. Peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. And I'm back. Yes, indeed, man. It's Saturday morning, early in the morning, and I'm at work. Yes, I'm at work. It's a 6 day straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get all the money. All the money. Yeah, man. You got to get it while it's hot, though, because, in this economy, man, it's up and down. So I encourage everybody, man, if you got overtime available, if you got extra days available and you can take them, take them. Shoot, this economy so fickle. But yeah, man. And then as the title says, President Trump is going to Memphis, Tennessee instead of Chicago. And I don't blame him. And I'm going to tell you why. I did a video last week, while I was at work, basically saying that, hey, Chicago don't want the help. And shoot, if I was Trump, I'd say F them. F them. They don't want the help. F them, man. Any given Sunday, you got 50, 60, 70 shootings on a holiday. This on the regular weekend, you averaging around 20 to 30 shootings, 5 to 6 people getting smoked. Then you got Mayor Brandon Johnson. He got the city at $1 billion deficit. You got Mayor Brandon Johnson. He got the public school system at a $734 million deficit. But we don't need no help from the federal government. Not only do you got the mayor, you got the governor of the state of Illinois, Pritzker, getting on there telling Trump, man, we don't need your help. We don't need no National Guard. Trump trying to send the National Guard in to try to help clean up the crime. You got little babies. You got senior citizens getting 70 years old, getting beat to death on bus stops, you know, and you got all this pushback. You got 5-year-old kids getting caught up in it, getting unalive. 14-year-old, you had a 14-year-old boy get unalive. See, everything from 5 to 70 and everything in between. And these people sitting up here telling the president of the United States, we don't need the National Guard. We got police officers are understaffed, you know, and they so disrespectful. They get on television and say President Trump just want to come to Chicago because it's a political agenda. He got some type of agenda. He already the president of the United States? What kind of agenda could he have for one city? After what we saw happen in Washington, D.C. with the National Guard, I don't care if one life got saved. It was worth it. And let me tell you something. People, be on my Facebook, want to go back and forth with me about it. Like, what is the National Guard going to do? What's going to happen if they leave? And they go back to it. At least at least that city, Washington, D.C., got a break from all that madness. If it was a month or two with no violence, and I seen dozens of black people get on social media and thank President Donald Trump for coming in, and you had the National Guard not only stopping or halting crime for a little bit, but they was out there picking up trash off the streets. They made the streets cleaner and safer. If it was for 2 months, and guess what? The mayor of Washington, D.C. signed in an executive order to keep the National Guard there. So obviously, they could use the help. I mean, I don't understand what people so only thing they oppose to it for is because it's Donald Trump. If it was any other president, I don't think they would even be making this such a big deal. You're like, oh, I'm gonna send in the National Guard. You trying to militarize our streets? You trying to turn us into man? Listen, the National Guard are some of the most friendly people. They just here to protect and keep the streets safe. Extra presence. They not out here to solve crime. Calm down. You know, the military ain't finna be in your. No, they just here to keep everything safe, man, and give the police some relief. So they ain't got to patrol these areas that they can concentrate more on the areas that need it. You know, and you know it's just sad to see, man. The city of Chicago say crime is down and we don't need your help, but send us that $800 million in crime prevention though that you shut off. Let me explain something. I had to explain this, you know what I'm saying, yesterday to my people. Why he cut off the government? See, the governor running around talking about he cut off funding. No, you an American citizen, so you still gonna have food funding, you're gonna have medical funding, you're gonna have the rights of an American citizen, the funding that you're supposed to have to operate in American society. With Donald Trump, the funding that he cut off was that $800 million in annually that they get for crime prevention money. You get $800 million a year in crime prevention, but you ain't preventing no damn crime. All you doing is taking that $800 million. Your friends set up non-for-profit organize. Oh yeah, I'm spilling the tea on what they do. They take that crime prevention money, and Donald Trump know what they doing. They take that crime prevention money, $800 million a year, have their friends open up non-profit organizations. They launder the money through them, allegedly, and that's how they get their little extra tools and fuel. Yeah, but they really not solving crime. So they basically taking your if you in Chicago and Illinois, you should be pissed off because crime prevention for the state, hey, $800 million, they dicing that money up. They ain't trying to solve crime. They have monetized crime in Chicago. They want the crime to continue so they can continue to get that funding, so they can send it to their little non-for-profit organizations so it can come right back to their pocket. $800 million a year, and you mean you got to short us on police officers? Do that even make sense? And then how is you gonna tell the president, oh no, I ain't gonna work with you as it pertains to mass deportation, but you know, and also when you send ICE out here, I'm gonna direct the police officers to not work with ICE. We gonna put up barricades and salt trucks and all this. So we gonna do all this, but then turn around and beg you for some money. Is you insane? So yeah, then you got a lot of people. I get a lot of pushback just on my social media. We don't need National Guard, crime down. We don't need this. Fine. Like I said in that video last week, if it was up to me, I would say F Chicago. You know what I'm saying? You got your governor, your mayor, and the citizens talk about they don't want them there. I wouldn't come. Let Chicago eat itself. Let it when you start to see Memphis, Tennessee, Washington, D.C., St. Louis, when you start to see all these other cities start flourishing, when you see they crime rates go down, when you see they taxes go down, when you start to see these other cities flourishing and your city suffering, don't blame Donald Trump for none of it, because that's your local and state government that sat up there and sacrificed y'all for a political cause so they can fatten up their pockets at your expense. They fought this man on every turn. You finally get a president that want to help you do something in your community. What other president said, I want to help clean up the streets? If anything, as a sitting mayor, as a sitting government, if you disagree with his method, call the man on the phone. Y'all have a conversation. Y'all find a compromise. All right, you want to send in the troops? This is what we need. All right, for this amount of time, we're gonna do this. We work it out. They ain't even want to talk to the man. Disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? F Chicago. If I was the president, F him. And anybody that to see Trump ain't just, pick a needle out of haystack and pick Chicago. No, you got citizens in Chicago that reached out to the president. So it ain't no agenda. It's a lot of people in Chicago want Trump here. And I feel sorry for the people in Chicago that reached out to the president. Because your local and your state government is failing you. But your neighbors, you got to check them too. Because they the ones sat up there and was making videos. I would say the overwhelming majority is against Trump in Chicago coming here. And it's more about, it's more than just, are we going to send a National Guard? No, it's networking. You built that relationship with the president. So when you need stuff from the federal government, hey, this is what we need. Watch. He said Memphis, Tennessee, the state, and the state of Tennessee, the governor, and the city of Memphis, the mayor, they both excited about him coming there. Memphis, Tennessee, they finna watch. They gonna be up next year. They gonna build up their infrastructure, their roads, everything. Watch. Because you got the mayor and the governor on board, and the mayor is a Democrat. The governor is a Republican, and they coming together because they want to actually help upgrade their state and their city with the help of the federal government. This failing mayor and governor of Illinois, they have done the unthinkable to Chicago, Illinois, bro. They have basically just move out of Chicago, bro. Just move. At this point, I wouldn't even want to live in Chicago, bro. You already had $1 billion deficit. $1 billion. Not a million, $1 billion. We, people my age, younger, and they kids is going to be paying off that deficit if don't nothing get done about it. And the only way something going to get done about it is to work with the federal government. He has been polar opposite to the federal government. And I'm telling you right now, Chicago, you get another Democrat mayor, you're done. Chicago, you're done. Get another Democrat in there after Brandon Johnson. Chicago is finito. You're really done right now with $1 billion deficit. You get another Democrat in office in Chicago, you're done. Forget about it. If you in Chicago, move if you got any sense. Not just Chicago, Cook County, period. Move. You already in a $1 billion deficit. But yeah, I don't blame the president, man. Y'all, that's the games y'all want to play. I'm trying to come in and help y'all. I'm gonna go over here, man. Hey, it's a saying to say, go where you appreciate it, not just tolerate it. President Trump, go where you appreciate it and not just tolerate it. Go where you appreciate it. If Memphis, Tennessee appreciates you, if St. Louis, Missouri appreciates you, go there. Maybe you could double back in a year or two. Watch if they work with the president, watch how they flourish. And watch how Chicago, this man finna be president for the next 4 years. Even if you don't like him, that's stupid. You got a long road ahead, Chicago. He finna be in office for 4 years. And to be honest with you, whoever get in office after him, probably more than likely won't be a Democrat. Okay, the Democrats party is on the ropes, bro. They don't. Who? I mean, let me ask you a question. Just looking long term, short term, and long term. Who do the Democrat Party? Who would run as a nominee for the presidential election? Who rocking with the Democrats right now? Who? Who would go up against a J.D. Vance, a Tulsi Gabbard? Who will go up against a Vivek Ramaswamy? The Republican Party got, man, they got young gunners. You know what I'm saying? Who from the Democratic Party could go up against these people? They more than likely ain't gonna be in office next term either. So to build some type, even if you're a Democrat, to build some type of rapport with the president would be wise, short term and long term. But you want to be polar opposite because you don't like them? Nah, you stupid. You stupid. But these people, Brandon Johnson don't care. He just fattening his own pockets. When he get out of office, he gonna be a multi-millionaire. He didn't put the he on the brink of I'll be surprised if Chicago don't be filing for bankruptcy. Can you imagine that? A city filing for bankruptcy. $1 billion in debt. The school system itself is $734 million in debt. And you mean to tell me you ain't trying to build no relationship with the president of the United States, whether you like him or not? Y'all know I don't like Joe Biden. But if Joe Biden was in office, I'll be trying to work with him. I ain't vote for Kamala Harris. But if Kamala Harris was in office, I'll be trying to work with her. They going against the grain, bro. What sense does that make? And your approval, like Brandon Johnson, approval rating is below 10%, bro. He over here yelling and screaming at a press conference talking about how he don't need the National Guard here. And then the next week he had 60 shootings and 10 of them was unalive. It's like every time, and then people, what I don't get about people in Chicago, they want to talk about Trump this, Trump that, but they never hold their local and state government. They don't have no smoke for the mayor, no smoke for the governor. The Democrats. Do you not see what this man is doing to your city? How in the hell do you even listen? Lightfoot was horrible. She had the deficit at $180 million, which was terrible. That 180 million, Brandon Johnson got it at $1 billion. He 10 times worse. 10 times worse than Lori Lightfoot. Literally. No smoke from people, man. No smoke. But yeah, man, if I was Trump, no. I would have been said F Chicago. Oh, your governor, your mayor, and majority of the citizens talk about they don't need me there. Oh, I got an agenda. Like I ain't got other cities in this country I could go to. Go where you tolerate it. Go where you appreciate it, not just tolerate it, President Trump. You the only president that came out here, even though Obama ain't tried to do nothing about the crime in Chicago, and he from Chicago. Obama ain't said he gonna want to come in and try to help fix nothing. He ain't said nothing. He from this mud. You finally get a president that even listening to y'all. See what he tried to do in D.C. Regardless if it's politically motivated or not. Get out y'all feelings. You can't do business when you in your feelings. And that's why I don't rock with Democrats. They too damn emotional. Golden opportunity. Fumbled it. What sense does that make? Y'all, black people, liberals, Democrats, get out y'all feelings, man. Look at the bigger picture. Play chess. Get out your damn feelings, though, bro. Damn. But yeah, man, that's my morning rant for the day. Not your feelings, man. Word for the day. Go where you tolerate. Don't go where you celebrate it and not just tolerate it, man. I'm half asleep, so I keep messing it up. But one more time. Go where you celebrate it and not just tolerate it. It's your boy Jay Taylor. Voices for the voiceless. We love y'all. Until next time, you see you soon. Peace and blessings.